Welcome to the brief tutorial on how to submit a request to the art department for House2Home Showcase. All of the submissions or ad requests for House2Home Showcase are to be done via email, and the process for this is outlined in the PDF that you should have received by now. Called the Art Department Request Protocol. If you don't have this PDF, just ask your manager and they'll be glad to give you a copy. But what this does is it outlines the how you should start it with the subject matter, a guide on how to fill out all the needed information for an ad, and then some information down here on materials requests and the materials that you should attach and or not attach. I'm not going to bore you with reading all the way through that one, so we'll just get started. So what we can do is we can start by just opening up an email box, and one of the most important parts about this is how you need to fill out the subject line. This is really important because this particular address, ads@house2homeshowcase.com, which is where you send all of the ad submissions or requests, is only for use for submitting ads for the month, for whatever month you're working in. It's not to be used for communication with any designer or art director. It's not to be used for any other request except to submit an ad. And the subject matter is really important because we'll run reports based on the emails that come in. We'll run reports directly out of Outlook, and the subject line will be how we can organize those emails. So if your subject line has something else in it, like the word ad submission, or I need this ad done quickly, or something like that, it's not going to be possible for us to see what exactly is in the body of the email when we do run these reports. So please follow these guidelines pretty closely. So anyway, here's an example of one. We want to have the advertiser name, and the market and the orientation, as well as the date in the subject line. So this is a good example of one. Design Galleria, SAC is the market, half horizontal, and you can see down here that there's a size spec. So these are what you put for each of them. If it's a full page, FP, HH, HV for half vertical, and so on and so forth. So anyway, this is an ad for Design Galleria in the Sacramento market. It's a half horizontal, and this was the date that it ran, which is October of 2012 for the example. So we're going to do the exact same thing. Instead of typing it, I'm just going to copy it. We're going to pretend that that's the ad that we're submitting, and this is for this particular month. It's for October 2012. We want to have an ad built for that, and there needs to be an ad submission for every single one of the ads that's on your run sheet, because this is how we're going to know, at least the art department is, that this ad is running. So even if it's a simple pickup, we'll go through exactly how to fill that part out later. Even if it's a simple pickup from a month before or a year before, or whatever the case may be, you still need to have an ad submitted for this. But then, these I actually keep separate. I do this all the time when I have something that I paste in and fill out over and over again. I keep it separately in a separate Word document. I'll actually just keep it separate, copy and paste it, so then that way you know exactly what it is that you're doing. Every single time you don't have to type it out, you don't get mixed up and put 3 and 4 spot and whatever. And then that way the artist also knows exactly what page you're on, So it's going to be a half horizontal, as I stated here. It's going to be in the SAC market. And you can fill out each of these. I won't fill them out for you, but advertiser, email contact person, and an important one, what the headline of the article is, or the advertisement is, the subhead, and then the body, the supporting information, and or bullet points, special offer, or call to action, and then the signature area, which is the advertiser's address, phone number, website, license, BBB, credit card information, whatever. And then down here, this is a really important area, special instructions. This is where you can tell us, what you learned from the advertiser, from meeting with the advertiser, what you want it to look and feel, if you have specific things that they're looking for, whichever. This is where you would fill all of that information out. And then you can simply attach any photos or logos or digital materials that you want to be part of the advertisement. You just simply attach them as emails. And if you have to attach more than one thing, like they're just too big for a single email to be sent, then send what you have, and then as soon as you're assigned a designer, send all of the following information to that designer. Okay, so let's say you filled all of this information out. Simple. All you have to do, send it off, and then from here, once this is sent, it'll be processed and sent to assigned a designer. And once that designer is assigned to it, you'll be CC'd on the first communication, which will simply be a forward of the ad that you just submitted. It'll be a forward to the designer that will be on it. You'll be CC'd, so you'll know exactly when the designer has received it. And then from there, you communicate directly with the designer. Don't communicate anymore with the ads at House2Home Showcase .com address, because the person that will be monitoring that won't be the person that necessarily that is designing your ad. Okay, so there'll be two other kinds of ads that you'll submit. One is spec ads, and then the other one's pickups, and or pickups with changes. If it's a spec ad, it's simple. It's exactly the same type of submission that we just talked about in the regular ad submission. The only difference is just type the word spec in the subject line, and then that way we know it's a spec and we can treat it accordingly. As for a pickup, very, very simple. Let's say this is a submission for Design Galleria, and it's for the same market, SAC half horizontal, but we're doing this for the March issue. You want to fill it out for the subject matter for the March issue, and then in the body just put pickup SAC, so that way we know what market it is, just in case it's running in multiple markets, we know which one to pick up. The orientation, and this is mostly just so we know we're on the same page. Because sometimes they run multiple sizes in the same market. Pick up the horizontal ad, and then put the date, which would be, the October 2012, let's say. And then send that. And what'll happen from here is somebody, the designer that's in charge of this one, will send you back a PDF of the ad that they have picked up, so that you have a visual representation and a record of what ad has been selected for you. And just check that ad over, make sure everything's okay, and then that's the ad that'll run. If you want to make a pickup with quick changes, you can simply just put pickup SAC 1012, and then down here change, and then list what your changes are. Change expiration. This is a really common one. Change expiration date to, 03 15 13. That wouldn't actually give them a whole heck of a lot of time, but you get the picture. And that can be pick up with changes. There's no need to fill out anything else if that's the only thing that's going to be changed. And you can do other quick changes as well with this. There's no need to resubmit filling out like an ad build for something that's already been built and just needs minor changes. Anyway, that about wraps it up for art department requests. Thanks a lot for watching the video.